Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's masterclass. We'll cover the broken agency model, spotting the right problems, leading with undeniable proof, AI as your delivery engine, and finally, closing without the pitch. Section 1. The broken agency model. Look, we all know the grueling reality for founders, right? Client acquisition is just an absolute grind. Take a second and really think about it. Why does traditional cold outreach fail so spectacularly? You're building these massive lists, blasting out hundreds, maybe thousands of cold emails or DMs to business owners who have literally zero reason to respond to you. The conversion rates are terrible, and honestly, that's because the entire foundation of the strategy is just completely broken. To perfectly capture why this fails, look at this realization from agency builder Adam Erhart. He says, "You're asking for trust before you've done anything to earn it." Wow, that is the fundamental flaw of normal outreach right there. You're showing up in a complete stranger's inbox, interrupting their busy day, and basically demanding their trust, their time, and their money. All of this without offering a single shred of upfront proof that you actually know what you're doing. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between what everyone else is doing and what actually works. On the left, we've got the brochure method. This is your standard run-of-the-mill cold email that just says, "Hey, here's who I am, here's what I do, please trust me." It is totally generic. But on the right, we have the X-ray method. This is where you approach a business owner and say, "Here is your exact problem, and look at the proof." You aren't asking them to believe some random promise. You are literally handing them an X-ray of their failing systems. And you know what? Nobody ignores their own X-ray. All right, Section 2, spotting the right problems. You can't hand someone an X-ray if you don't know where it actually hurts. We are looking for what we call sticky pains. These are highly specific, very lucrative problems that businesses have been struggling with for years. Think about dentists paying 40 grand a year for a front desk receptionist just to answer basic phone calls. Or maybe roofing companies that are completely losing track of their incoming leads. Or e-commerce brands missing 40% of their customer service tickets after hours. Solving just one of these sticky pains gives you a massive, massive competitive advantage. So how do we actually find the people experiencing these pains? Well, it's a super targeted prospecting sequence. First up, we use AI like ChatGPT to scrape social platforms like Twitter or Reddit for active complaints. I'm talking about people literally posting online that they need help with a specific project, like lovable.dev's developmental work. Second, we cross-reference those businesses through software like HighLevel to pull conversion rate scores, which shows us who is statistically the most likely to say yes. And finally, we validate their direct contact emails using tools like Find Email so we absolutely know our outreach won't bounce. You're basically filtering for guaranteed yeses. Moving on to Section 3, lead with undeniable proof. Okay, now that we have our highly qualified targets, it is time to completely short-circuit their sales defense mechanisms. Enter the 5-minute audit. This is a free, automated report that reveals a business's hidden operational failures. Let's say you run an audit and it hands them a score of 37 out of 100, visually highlighting their unanswered negative reviews or poor website metrics. The absolute key here is that you deliver this with zero sales pressure. No calendar links, no pricing tiers, nothing. When they see a real gap with a real objective number attached to it, the dynamic completely flips. They go from defensive to curious, and they actually end up asking you for help. But wait, how do you make absolutely sure they even see this audit? Well, this is a fascinating tactic known as the $1 million Google Docs system. If you send a typical cold email stuffed with links to your audit or prototype, spam filters are going to eat it alive for sure. Instead, you package your custom assets into a Google Doc and share it directly to their validated email. Because the notification comes directly from Google's own servers, it guarantees inbox delivery and completely bypasses those pesky spam filters. It's brilliant. Section 4, AI as your delivery engine. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it shows that a solo founder can literally fulfill work like an entire agency. We can precisely map every single heavy lifting task to an AI tool that essentially acts as your personal fulfillment team. This right here is your Trojan horse tech stack. You use Find Email for scraping and verifying contacts. You use Claude Design for generating beautiful visual prototypes in minutes. You use Lovable Dev to actually code and build the core app or MVP directly from a text prompt. And you use Minimax to auto-generate customized sales decks. It's the whole shebang. So let's put this tech stack into a tactical playbook to create that Trojan horse. Step 1. You scrape the exact job description or social post the prospect wrote. Step 2. You feed that exact description into an AI builder like lovable.dev to generate a custom MVP website or internal dashboard. And step 3. You send those preview links to the prospect as a completely free lead magnet, using that Google Doc system we just talked about. You are effortlessly delivering a fully coded sample of exactly what they asked for and getting your foot in the door before they even realize what's happening. Finally, Section 5, closing without the pitch. Okay, so you've got their attention, you've provided immense upfront value, and now you are actually on a discovery call. First off, when diagnosing their pain points, you want to land a massive punch of urgency. For instance, if you're discussing lead capture, you explain to them that responding to a lead within 1 minute increases conversions by 391%. Most businesses take hours, sometimes days, to respond. You're immediately establishing that their current broken system is costing them real, measurable revenue. But hey, here is a critical warning. You must show them the specific fix for their biggest gap and nothing else. Seriously, don't explain the engine and transmission to someone who just came in for a flat tire. If your audit showed they have terrible online reviews, only show them your automated reviews system. Do not overwhelm them with your entire AI tech stack, or you're going to completely derail the conversation and lose them for sure. So, the crucial point is what you do immediately after that call. You take the recording transcript where the client literally spoke their own pain points into existence, and you feed it to a Minimax AI agent team. The AI will then auto-generate a custom 12-page sales deck complete with a highly credible system architecture diagram using the client's exact words. You are using AI to build a highly tailored authority-building presentation that makes the close feel incredibly smooth and natural. And once you've solved that initial problem, that's when you utilize value stacking. Because you successfully fixed their reviews for, say, $297 a month, they already trust you. It is now a totally frictionless, natural next step to offer them an AI receptionist for another $397, and then maybe a brand new website for $497. Suddenly, you're making around $1,200 a month in recurring revenue per client. Solving one problem perfectly opens the door to stack those retainers and rapidly scale your income. Which brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought. The truth is, nobody argues with an X-ray. When you show a business undeniable proof of their problem and a functional AI-built prototype of the solution, they don't get defensive. They just want to know how to fix the broken bone. So what's it going to be? Will you keep handing out generic brochures to people who just aren't listening? Or are you ready to show clients the engine and start building your AI empire?